Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Daria. Welcome to Nirmal Bang. We have Ria Singh, technical analyst currencies from Nirmal Bang, joining in. Ria, very good morning. My first question coming to you over here is that the government has gone ahead and raised their borrowing targets. Now, taking this into consideration, before this as well, if you see the 10-year benchmark bond yields have fallen to almost 2009 levels. What's the sense that you're picking up from here on? And secondly, do you think this trend could reverse on the back of the higher borrowing plan?
Uh, yes, the Indian 10-year bond yield, which is expiring on 2029 and is currently the benchmark for the bond yield market, has seen quite a fall, in the past 4 weeks. We saw up around 14 basis fall in the last week from the previous, fall of around 36 basis points. So it is quite surprising, the yields have fell below the 6% benchmark to around 5.96, uh, revisiting the low of January 2009. So this has happened mainly because of the surplus, the systematic liquidity that was flushed in by the central bank, and in order to aid the economic, uh, boosting the economic performance, or getting the economic performance on the track back again. So taking into view the, I think RBI will again go forward with the systematic liquidity flushing, because there is a demand for so, and maybe RBI will come in with the, the OMOs that he has, that the, the central bank has gone forward into the past, economic, what do you say, the RBI meetings that has taken place, and the RBI action. So I think apart from the systematic liquidity flush, the RBI will go forward also with the, OMOs that will aid into the recovery of the 10-year bond yield.
Okay. And in turn, do you see any impact with regards to the Indian rupee then?
See, Indian rupee, if you talk about the rupee, it has been in the depreciation phase. So there are many factors that are affecting right now. Bond yield is right now is, a very minute factor that is playing in, but because right now the economic outlook and the, the development with the world uh, is what is major pitch in the rupee depreciation, or the momentum that is taking place. So I think the rupee performance is directly getting reflected from the overall world world economic development, and the major central banks action that is happening right
Right. So if you have to look at emerging market currencies, Ria, right now, the kind of collapse that we are witnessing, that's something which we need to note over here, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the biggest fall that we've seen in 5 years. Coronavirus, slumping oil prices, all of this is something which is having an impact. Now, taking this into consideration, if you talk about this kind of a fall was, I think, last seen back then in 2015, when China's currency devaluation actually panicked global financial markets. Where do you place India in between all of this?
now. Yes, so see, the emerging markets right now are witnessing the major fall, because whenever such pandemic situation happen, or there is a risk that is there in the market, or there is a global threat or to the economic development of the overall, on the overall world economic outlook. So whenever these developments happen, the major money outflow happens from the emerging market first, and directs to a much safer haven. That is why we are seeing major downfall, or the major depreciation that is happening in the emerging currencies. Uh, even if you take example of, let's take example of Russian ruble, apart from the Indian currency, it has fallen to around 17% this year, which is, not only because there is a pandemic situation that is taking place, but also because there is a, as you said, a major slump that has happened in the oil market. uh, if you look at the Indian currency, it has, always, phased between a depreciation from around 5% to 7%. Uh, so I think the depreciation will continue, but where will it be capped is the major question that can be asked in the current market. So if you look at the, the recent development where there has been a relaxation that put into on the measures that were put in by the government, there has been left up in few of the industrial establishment they are allowed to operate, including, manufacturing of some of the essential products such as pharmaceuticals and drugs. Also, the government is borrowing from the market in order to pitch in to the current requirement of the economy. So, taking into the consideration of all these development, I think the depreciation will happen, and it can be capped by, around 78, 78.50. I don't think so. RBI will allow rupee to depreciate further than that, and the appreciation that can happen for the current year will also be capped. So we cannot see a dramatic, appreciation to the previous levels. I think it can maximum go to 73, 72.50 for the current year, not further than that. So, that is what can be expected as far as Indian currency is concerned.
Right. So overall, if you have to look at today's day of trade, what are the technical levels we should be watching out for? Firstly, in terms of the dollar rupee pair.
So, if you look at the technical part, let me just share my screen to. Yes. So, if you, look at the current, I also you, all can see, you are able to see the screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So, if you look at the current, this is the daily chart of the USD INR. So, if you look at the, uh, behavioral price momentum in the rupee here, we did see a downfall that has happened into the previous session, but a strong buying is happening from the lower level, which is indicating that there is a strong support towards the lower levels, and buying is immediately happening as soon as there is some appreciation that is happening in the rupee. So this is reflecting the confidence of actually the market participant. They are not too much sure about the appreciation that is happening in the rupee. And if you look, it is strongly resisting to the nearest moving average, which you can see in green, which is placed at 9. So simple 9-day moving average is placed here, and it is strongly resisting to this. So according to the chart that we can see here, I think as long as it stays below these moving average, it can again test to the previous session lows of around 75.30. So for today's session, the major breakout for any long participant should be taken at 75.85. So if you see rupee breaking out, giving a breakout of 75.85, you can definitely go along in the rupee for 76, 76.15. So that is a strategy that one can follow with a strong support at 75.65 for the current session in the rupee.
Okay, so that's with where the USD INR pair goes. But apart from that, if you have to look at say the pound rupee pair right now, even on Friday's session there was some selling pressure, throughout the session. today's day, what are the levels and any strategy on that front?
Yeah, so we are seeing actually quite a consolidation phase if you look into it. The obviously the bandwidth of the levels or the range is quite not narrowed as per the nature, but yes, there is some consolidation phase that is going on. So I think the if pound breaks out around 93, it is currently closed at 93.71. So if you see a breakout of around
Hmm,
93.50,
hmm.
one can go for a short into it with, towards 93.20. So I think pound should remain a short for the day.
Okay, and very lastly, with regards to where the Japanese yen and the rupee pair goes, we've seen a positive opening. However, clearly if you go to see, there is selling pressure that has started to creep in. What's the sense that you have on the Japanese yen? Any strategy on that front?
Uh, yes, sure. So if you look at the the pre-market, there is a gap down that is happening, and not only into the rupee but other pairs as well. But these the buying pressure is actually getting the pair to again close flat, but that was not the case into the JPY INR pair. If you see, it has opened on a positive note, but we were witnessing a selling pressure into this. So this was quite a vice versa as compared to the rupee behavior, where in general case the both the both pairs go hand in hand. So if you see a gap down again happening in yen, one can definitely go for a sell in the pair for 71, 70, 80 into this trading session.
Right. All right, Ria. Pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for sharing that update as well as the strategies for the day as well. Thank you very much.